Nuclear power just got its biggest endorsement in decades, and it's happening right in America's backyard, whether you're ready for it or not. The Tennessee Valley Authority just made headlines by announcing the largest small modular reactor deal in U.S. history, a massive 6-gigawatt nuclear agreement that could either revolutionize clean energy or become the most expensive gamble in utility history. But here's where it gets controversial. They're not telling us how much it costs or when it'll actually happen. On Monday, September 2nd, 2025, TVA revealed they've partnered with ENTRA1 Energy to develop what they're calling 6 energy plants scattered across their 7-state service territory. To put this in perspective for those unfamiliar with energy measurements, we're talking about enough electricity to keep the lights on in 4.5 million homes, or power a staggering 60 massive data centers that tech companies are desperately scrambling to build for AI and quantum computing. What makes this deal particularly intriguing is the technology itself. These aren't your grandfather's massive nuclear power plants that take decades to build and cost tens of billions. Instead, TVA is betting big on small modular reactors, SMRs, developed by NuScale Power, which promise to be safer, cheaper, and faster to construct than traditional nuclear facilities. Think of them as the plug-and-play version of nuclear energy. Smaller, standardized units that can be manufactured in factories and assembled on-site. Here's the part most people miss. ENTRA1 Energy. TVA is leading the nation in pursuing new nuclear technologies, and no utility in the U.S. is working harder or faster than TVA, declared Don Moule, TVA's president and CEO, in what sounds like a direct challenge to other utilities across the country. The agreement, he added, highlights the vital role public-private partnerships play in advancing next-generation nuclear technologies. But here's what's got energy experts talking. TVA isn't sharing crucial details. The timeline remains a mystery. The financial terms are locked away in a confidential memorandum of understanding, and there's no clear indication of when these reactors might actually start generating power. This secrecy is particularly striking, given that NuScale only received Nuclear Regulatory Commission approval for their 77-megawatt power modules in May of this year, along with their design for a 462-megawatt small modular reactor power plant. The timing couldn't be more critical. TVA's service region has been experiencing explosive growth, 3 times faster than the national average, creating unprecedented demand for electricity. The utility is already in the middle of what they're calling one of the largest capital investments in TVA history, with plans to spend more than $19 billion on new generation capacity and transmission system upgrades. As of September 2024, they had 3,570 megawatts of generation under construction and another 1,950 megawatts waiting for environmental reviews. This is the energy needed to power America. They're actively identifying opportunities to work with other federal agencies and explore potential sites with new nuclear generation and joint gas-fired capabilities. This suggests they're planning an even broader expansion that could combine nuclear power with natural gas backup systems. ENTRA1, which serves as NuScale's strategic partner through their joint venture ENTRA1 NuScale LLC, is positioning itself as a global energy production company with nuclear technology at its core. They hold exclusive rights to commercialize, distribute, and deploy NuScale's products and services, essentially making them the middleman in America's potential nuclear renaissance. But here's where the controversy really heats up. Is this massive nuclear bet the clean energy solution America needs, or are we rushing headlong into an expensive experiment with unproven technology? Small modular reactors sound promising on paper, but they've never been deployed at this scale anywhere in the world. Critics argue that the costs could spiral out of control, while supporters insist that nuclear power is the only realistic way to meet growing energy demands while reducing carbon emissions. The stakes couldn't be higher. With data centers multiplying rapidly to support AI development and manufacturing returning to American shores, the pressure to secure reliable, clean electricity has never been more intense. TVA is clearly betting that small modular reactors can deliver where solar panels and wind turbines might fall short, providing consistent, weather-independent power that can run 24/7. What do you think about this nuclear gamble? Is TVA pioneering the future of clean energy, or are they leading us down an expensive path with uncertain outcomes? Should public utilities be partnering with private companies on such massive infrastructure projects, or does this create concerning conflicts of interest? And perhaps most importantly, are you comfortable with this level of nuclear expansion happening without transparent discussions about costs, timelines, and risks? The conversation around America's energy future is heating up, and your voice matters. What's your take on the nuclear versus renewables debate?